episode of Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue. We're going to be making a lucky horseshoe pie. This is inspired by Sarah Penrod, the Urban Cowgirl. I got it straight out of her cookbook. I'll put a link to her channel. And the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you go ahead and grease just a regular 9-inch pie pan. I use just a stick of unhardened butter. Just go ahead and run around the bottom and the sides of the pan real quick and just get that grease down. Okay, next we're going to take 4 eggs and we're going to split them up into just the egg whites. We want 4 egg whites. Now this is pretty easy to do. Pretty much all you do is you crack the egg like you normally would, but instead of spilling it out into the bowl immediately, just go ahead and transfer it back and forth from one side to the other side real quick, and that'll go ahead and get the egg yolk and the egg whites split up. We're going to do this 4 times. Okay, now you take your mixer and you go ahead and beat it at a medium-high speed until you've got medium peaks. The way you determine this is you just take your whisk out and you dip it into it and you go ahead and pull it out, and if it makes a peak and just kind of gently falls over, that's medium high or medium peaks. Now we're going to go ahead and take 1.5 cups of sugar and add this to our mix that we made. We're going to go ahead and fold and beat that in while we do it. Again, medium-high speed, and we're going to aim for a high peak this time, which is a fairly stiff peak. I wasn't actually able to get that, but it's okay, it worked out anyway. Go ahead and put 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 full teaspoon of baking powder, then go ahead and mix that in. Now once it's mixed in, you're going to want to take 28 regular-sized Ritz crackers. Go ahead and crush them up into a fine breadcrumb size, about like that, and add them into that mix. And we're going to go ahead and start folding and mixing that in. The gentle low speed will be good to get this done. While we're doing that, go ahead and add 1 1/2 cups of finely chopped pecans. Go ahead and dump them in and mix them in at the same time, and that'll be fine. And then we're just going to go ahead and add this mixture into our pan. Get a nice smooth even out on it, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes, or until the toothpick comes out clean. Okay, for the next part, I somehow neglected to videotape it, and it's a fairly important part, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I did. Basically, all you do is you either use Cool Whip, a container of Cool Whip, or you make your own whipped cream, which is what I did this time. To do that, you just take about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream and some sugar, and you just whip it together until it's a nice stiff peak. All right, then you add 1 package of cream sugar onto that, and then you add 1/4 cup of sugar. 1 package of cream cheese, 1/4 cup of sugar, and just a pinch of salt. And fold that all in until it's nice and smooth. And by this time, your pie crust, it should be out and cooled off completely. That's important. And just go ahead and add this to it. and kind of sculpt it out however you want. And then you'll put it in the fridge and let it chill for 4 hours. Okay, and because this is a challenge video, I'm going to go ahead and challenge the Hungry Hussey, Paul's Q, and Daddy Dutch Barbecue and Cooking. And all they have to do is make a dessert. I don't see a whole lot of dessert cooking on these barbecue channels that I follow a lot, and I thought it would be interesting to start a challenge and see where it goes. So y'all have fun, make that a dessert, and enjoy it. Alright, so we've got this about smoothed out to my liking now. Now we're going to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator for 4 hours and let it chill. After we get it out of the fridge, we're going to go ahead and use just a vegetable peeler and scrape off some chocolate off of just a regular Hershey's chocolate bar to put a little garnish, if you will, on the top of it. And then we're going to go ahead and cut it up and serve it. Alright, there's the finished product of what it looks like. Again, this was inspired by Sarah Penrod, the Urban Cowgirl. Y'all check her channel out. I got this recipe out of her cookbook. It goes a lot more in depth than I do here, and tells you exactly how to do this. So y'all hit her up if you want to learn how to do this. Thanks for watching Roundhouse Ranch Barbecue.